Imagination is more important than knowledge. The only source of knowledge is experience. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. The only way to escape the corruptible effect of praise is to go on working. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Try not to become a person of success, but rather try to become a person of value. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Information is not knowledge. The only source of knowledge is experience. The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Intellectuals solve problems, geniuses prevent them. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. God does not play dice with the universe. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. We shall require a substantially new manner of thinking if mankind is to survive. If A is a success in life, then A equals X plus Y plus Z, work is X, Y is play, and Z is keeping your mouth shut. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. God may be subtle, but he isn't plain mean. The hardest thing to understand in the world is the income tax. We act as though comfort and luxury were the chief requirements of life, when all that we need to make us happy is something to be enthusiastic about. I know not with what weapons World War I will be fought, but World War I will be fought with sticks and stones. Before God, we are all equally wise and equally foolish. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. Only one who devotes himself to a cause with his whole strength and soul can be a true master. For this reason, mastery demands all of a person. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. The whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. The high destiny of the individual is to serve rather than to rule. The human mind is not capable of grasping the universe. We are like a little child entering a huge library. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulate the creative mind. Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. The true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and the sense in which he has attained liberation from the self. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. The release of atomic energy has not created a new problem, it has merely made more urgent the necessity of solving an existing one. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. The fear of death is the most unjustified of all fears, for there's no risk of accident for someone who's dead. Don't worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you mine are still greater. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. The environment is everything that isn't me. Most people say that it is the intellect which makes a great scientist. They are wrong. It is character. I am by heritage a Jew, by citizenship a Swiss, and by makeup a human being, and only a human being, without any special attachment to any state or national entity whatsoever. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. I want to know God's thoughts. The rest are details. Don't worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you mine are still greater. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. The only way to escape the corruptible effect of praise is to go on working. I am thankful for all of those who said an "oh" to me. It's because of them I'm doing it myself. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. You have to learn the rules of the game, and then you have to play better than anyone else. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. You never fail until you stop trying. The world as we have created, it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. You cannot simultaneously prevent and prepare for war. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. We still don't know 1,000% of what nature has revealed to us. A perfection of means and confusion of aims seems to be our main problem. One may say the eternal mystery of the world is its comprehensibility. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift.